We'll be right with you. We're going to start this podcast in about 60 seconds, so just stand by until we get all the technical things ready to go here. Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. Immediately I want to address the censors for community guidelines for TikTok. Over the last 2 weeks, we've had 3 instances where you either interrupted or shut down our live, and 3 huge misunderstandings that we want to clarify with you. Number 1, you had said there are harmful substances on our podcast live that may impact people. First of all, there are no substances involved, and everything that we share with our audiences is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. This whole protocol is based on health. It has nothing to do with weight loss. It has nothing to do with body imaging, body dysphoria, body orientation, and it's not an extreme diet. There are no substances. The only thing people consume on this is food. Number 2, you had said again that it was an extreme diet or was about body dysphoria. This is not a diet, it's a detox. And all the pictures we're showing people have been misled. They think they gained weight and they have all this extra, they've created more fat. That's not true. All that's happening is the body, to protect us from the toxic world we live in, is taking these poisons and toxins and stuffing them in fat cells, and those fat cells are expanding. It has nothing to do with you being overweight. It has to do with the fact you're accumulating these chemicals in the body. This protocol, thank goodness, has been proven medically to help the body remove these chemicals, and therefore the fat cells shrink back to their normal size. There's nothing abnormal. It's not about body disfiguration. It's not about body dysphoria. It's not about anything other than the fact that this can detox the body, which is a healthy thing to do. Third, you've also said that we directed people away from TikTok to go buy products. On our website, there are no products. There's never been products. There's nothing on that website to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof. And if people like what they see, they can scroll down and they literally get a free coach. You get a consultation and free coaching. So hopefully for the censors, that makes sense, okay? Well, hello and welcome everybody. Event and Angela and Bruce and Susan and Dion. Let's get into it right away. I don't have a lot of time this evening, but I want to make sure that I give people an opportunity. Hello, Diane. Hello, Michelle. The very first thing I like to ask people is, do you believe we're living in a toxic world and you believe you're toxic? If you don't, then you're on the wrong podcast. The reason that you're overweight and the main reason why you have what you all call the bloating in your body is because the body, in order to protect us from this toxic world we're now living in, we are breathing and drinking, whether you know it or not, herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and even flame retardants. And as those enter our body, the brain takes those chemicals and stuffs them inside your visceral fat. Now, many people tell me they think that we switch women here. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. It's the same woman. But you lose 60 pounds in 90 days, you're going to look a lot different than you did. But that aside, this is first and foremost a detox. How many of you would like to be able to lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on in your life? That's this protocol. The New Health Conversation is a movement, everybody. There's no products. There's not a company. It's a movement. It was started 23 years ago by one person. Well, and that one person was me. And we have helped now. I just got an update today. Actually, now we're saying we've literally helped close to 800,000 people in 23 years do this protocol. I thought it was 600,000. I just talked to one of my colleagues and said, no, it's actually like 800,000. So what we've been able to establish medically, we have the data on 800,000 people, men and women, how tall they were, what they weighed, and how rapidly they could lose the weight. So the first thing I'd like to do, Diane, what you need to do, it's not Diane, Dione, I believe it is. Dion. Maybe I'm saying it correctly. But if any of you would like to, if you'd like to, tell me how tall you are, or sorry, male or female, tall and your current weight, and I'll give you unequivocally how fast you can lose the weight. Keep in mind, we're not making things up. We've helped 800,000 people. We have the data. If you're interested in what this could do for you, then just put it in the chat and we'll give you an honest evaluation, but based on real medical proof. We're not just making things up. Like I said, most of you will lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. I hope if you're scrolling by, that hits you right between the eyes. You can lose as much weight on this in 4. We have an expression, just give us 4 days. And the reason we say that is that almost everybody loses as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. So again, if you'd like to put in the chat, whether you're male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll give you an honest opinion on how quickly you can lose the weight. I don't know why more of you don't take advantage of it. Maybe you think Selena or Mavi or Fuzzy or any of you, April, Osario, or that this is not real, that this is fake. Well, let me show you some other pictures. This young woman here only needed to lose 30 pounds. She lost 21 pounds in a month. The thing I want you to pay attention to is look at her stomach. Day 1 versus day 30. That's with no exercise. That's the detox. It has nothing to do with body image. Literally what's happening is because she's able to have her body pull these poisons out of her fat cells, she's shrinking. You never lose fat cells. Don't let anybody tell you burn fat on a diet or exercise. It's a total lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and those fat cells can expand or contract over your lifetime. And again, any of you, whether it's Crystal, whether it's Raising Victory, whether it's Boo Boo, any of you. So Dion Pratt, what do I need to do? Well, okay, apparently it's okay if you don't want to tell me. You can go to this website. It's free, all of you. There's nothing to buy, the new health conversation. Sorry. And that website is free to go to. The only thing there is the medical proof that you all can see. If you like what you see, you can scroll down. You get a free consultation. You get a free coach. Period. That's it. It is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. So I see that a lot of you have joined or not joined, whatever. You're kicking the tires, driving by. We get it. But again, and then if you look at someone like Julie here, wait till you see this, everybody. Julie lost 35 pounds in 37 days. It's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. If we look at this man, Curtis, he lost, wait, let me show all of you Curtis. He's 65 years old. Look at the numbers. He lost 40 pounds and 52 inches in 30 days. But look at his blood load. Look at his A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4. Triglycerides 242 to 124. Nobody in history has ever seen results like this. This whole protocol, which is what we're talking about here, it's called protein pacing. It's actually a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. You all can look it up. I didn't invent it. It had nothing to do with it. We're showing you how to do it. We all did it. We all got coached. To give you an idea, I lost 8 pounds in 4 days, 12 pounds in 9 days, 20 pounds in 18 days, 30 pounds in a month, and 40 pounds in 7 weeks. I've kept it off for 23 years. The weight loss is dramatic. The weight loss is safe, and you don't gain it back. We teach you maintenance. But again, it's up to all of you. I can't control whether you decide that you want to tell us if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and we'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. I don't know why more people don't take advantage of it. Maybe you think it's fake. But all of you, there's a lot of people that are kicking the tires and just driving by. I get it. And then if we can get some taps on the screen, if you like the content, let's get some likes going. Let's get some likes. All you do is tap on your screen if you like the content. Unless you think it's fake. Unless you think we're making things up. Unless you don't think this is real. It's totally real. There couldn't be anything more real because, again, the protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe and it's real. Are you really serious about losing weight or not? Are you so committed to calorie counting, which doesn't work, which is a miserable, miserable failure? Even Harvard Medical School stopped counting calories. Here's what they said. The idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on its inner food, not how much food we're consuming. It's exactly what these researchers did, and they have nothing to do with Harvard. You got it, everybody? So again, I'm waiting, user 915 or GLAM. AC or Bichette 17. Hello. I don't, maybe I'm missing something here. What we're telling you is the New Health Conversation, we've helped about 800,000 people in 23 years. We have data that we can tell you, if you tell us if you're male or female, how tall you are and how much you currently weigh, and we'll tell you how rapidly you can get down to your ideal weight, not something you'd settle for in a diet. Like if you need to lose 50 pounds and you say, I'd like to lose 20. No, we're going to get all 50 off you. We're going to get you down to your DNA weight. So who else would like to ask me a question here? Gutierrez and Sweet Man 3232. Again, I don't know why people, all right, so let me explain to you what they're doing. This is not a diet, it's a detox. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They've done 100 studies in 40 years, paid to analyze diets. Never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost, and the weight they were losing, 25 to 40%, was lean muscle mass, which that's why you lose weight initially in all these diets, and then it stops, and then you start to gain all the weight back because you're losing lean muscle, which slows down your metabolism, and losing lean muscle slows down what? Your own immune system. So you're literally making yourself unhealthy on whatever diet you're on. I don't care who the hell you're following. Here's the difference. We're the only ones on the whole social media, published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. You show me anybody, I'll challenge you, show me anybody on social media you're following with one shred of medical evidence. They're nice people. I see MDs and PhDs and health coaches, and they're giving you all this runaround. They want to sell you recipes and coaching. They don't have one shred of medical evidence. It's all nonsense. Well, nonsense in the fact, we're not arguing you're going to lose weight initially on any of these diets, but then we have people like Medicare. They did a huge study on diets. Title, what Medicare search for effective obesity treatments. Diet's not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The study showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. So you're going on a diet right now. Get mad at me if you want. You're going to gain more weight than you lost. Just wait and see what happens. We got the medical proof to back it up. There's so many pieces of misinformation like diet and exercise. Here's UCLA. UCLA, diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every diet we found, that combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful long-term weight loss. That's UCLA study. We don't give you opinions. If you want opinions, there's plenty of people. You have your own opinions. That's why you probably don't stick on here, or why you won't. For free, we'll tell you. Tell me how tall you are, you're male or female, and how much you weigh, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. It'll blow your mind. In general, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. So again, I just keep wondering why more people don't take advantage of the fact that you can lose the kind of weight on this. Well, I'll tell you this. People on this are losing weight in a month that has taken a year on any diet. How about that? Again, if you'll just tell me how tall you are, male or female tall, and what your current weight is. Okay, Raising Victory, thank you, thank you. I'm 6'5", 240. Wow, you're really tall. I would say you probably want to be about well, wait a minute. You're 240, you're not that much overweight. I mean, I would say you want to be maybe 230, 10 pounds. You can lose 10 pounds in the first 4 days, just to give you an idea. That's not that unusual. So yeah, you're almost at your goal before you even start because you're so tall. Who else would like to ask me a question? And again, if you'll just tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. Oh, okay, Raising Victory. I was going to say, you don't really need me that much, right? Oh, now we're talking. Okay, that's a big difference. All right, at 5'6", assuming, are you female or male? I need to know that. That makes me laugh. Female, okay. Oh, no, Raising Victory, I need to know if you're female. Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, 5'6", 240. Okay, you want to be maximum at 5'6", 130. That's 110 pounds. Get ready for this, Raising Victory. In the first 4 days, you'll lose 6 or 8 pounds. Easily by the middle of December, you're going to probably be 215 to 220. By the middle of January, you'll probably be right at 200 or maybe 198. So 198 to get you down to say 130, that's going to be 68 pounds. And I can tell you right now that easily by sometime in March, you'll be 130. Tell me how excited you'd be about that, raising Victory. Put it in the chart. I'm not making this up, Victory. Listen, everybody, the New Health Conversation, okay, which I started 23 years ago. One person started it. We've helped 800,000 people. 800,000, not 8,000, not 800, 800,000. You don't think we know what we're doing? But it's not our protocol. We didn't invent it. All we're doing is implementing, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Do you understand how safe this is? Raising Victory. Are you excited about those numbers? Would that blow your mind? Would it be the greatest Christmas present? Understand, by Christmas, you're going to be under 220. You tell me. How do I start? You go to this website right here. Anybody can go there. It's the new, hold on. I'm going to put it for you. The New Health Conversation. And that website is free to go there, Victory. There's nothing to buy. We don't have any products. We're not going to contact you if you go there. But if you go there and you like what you see, scroll down, free consultation. And the only thing you're buying on this is food. There are no products. There's no gizmos. There's no substances. This is food. And I'm going to go over it in just a moment, but I got more people here that want my help. Let me give you some more numbers here. You started it, Victory. Thank you very much. You were the first one to volunteer. So graceful cancer. I'm 5'3", female, 187. 5'3", you want to be at 5'3", about 115. That's going to be about 72 pounds. You're going to lose, Grace, probably 5-6 pounds in 4 days. By mid-January, you're going to be about 185, maybe, 165, not 185, sorry. 165 by Christmas. By mid-January, you're going to be around 145. So you've got about, let's say, 15 pounds to go. Easily by the end of February, you're going to be about 125, Grace. Tell me how much that would excite you. And that's with no exercise allowed. None, zero. Okay, listen, all of you. You also can see at the very top in the little red heart to the right, the New Health Conversation. Give me a yes if you can read that, or right above her head in blue, the New Health Conversation. That's the website. And if you go to the website on my kids' and my grandkids' lives, we will not contact you. I swear to you, we won't. The only way we'll contact you is if you scroll down, you get a free, consultations free, and the coaching. You heard me. There's no charge for the coaching, none. We all got coached, and we got volunteers, people who did this, had amazing results, including some medical doctors and RNs and PAs and dietitians and nutritionists and fitness people that are all helping us coach you. Nobody does this without a coach. It's totally free. Well, Christina, well, I guess, this one's unreal? And this one's unreal, and a 65-year-old man is unreal. Christina, if you believe that we're lying to you, get off the website now. Gone. Gonzo, okay? Gone. I'm insulted. I'm a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I've written 4 best-selling books with some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 shows on PBS, interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America, 1,500 live lectures in hospitals and universities. I was a keynote at Autism One, the largest autism conference in the world. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years, and you think I'm faking it? Then don't be on my podcast. Go somewhere else. Follow these people that are giving you absolute lying to you, lying to you, lying to you. They don't have a shred of medical evidence, and this is backed in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So again, if you think we're not honest, go somewhere else. I couldn't be more frank. It does make me very angry. I've spent hundreds, thousands of hours in research, working with the top medical doctors and oncologists and molecular biologists and geneticists in the world. This isn't even I didn't invent this. We're bringing it to the world for free. We're making it available to you and everybody else to go to the website and see the medical proof. And then you get free coaching. I am so insulted, I can't even believe it. I guess I can believe it. But anyway, Iconic Lena, 5'2", 210. Okay, Lena, at 5'2", we'd want you to be about 110. That's about 100 pounds. So ironic, Lena, You're going to lose about 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. Easily by mid-December, you're going to be about 185 to 190. By middle of January, you're going to be probably around 160 to 165. So let's go with 160. 160 gets you down to 110. That's another 50 pounds. So by March, easily, you're going to be 110, Ionic Lena. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. Tell me, give me your comments. How excited would you be? Okay, so graceful cancer. Are you excited about that, graceful cancer? And ironic Lena, I just gave you the numbers. Christina, okay, Christina. All I can tell you is on the website, you'll see the 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, okay? So let's have a truce. Go to the website. There's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. I interview him. This is real. Now, all I can tell you is we've helped 800,000 people. We coach people for free because we all got coached. You're buying food. There are no products to buy. As a matter of fact, 30% of the food which comes from your grocery store, you actually get a grocery list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes. This protocol was not invented by me. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They're voted the #1 people. Go look at the interview. Look at the medical studies, and then tell me if you think we're faking people out. My reputation is too important to me to have to Photoshop a damn thing. I mean, I've been interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America. Like I said, I was a keynote speaker at Autism One, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. I've been in universities, in hospitals, in medical schools. They even flew me to China. My reputation is everything to me. And I do this because my own mother was morbidly obese, which made me become a researcher. I never knew my mom healthy. I never knew her thin. 25 years ago, before I became a researcher, she called me up one day and said, you know, Peter, I have one really big wish in my life. I said, Mom, what's that? She said, I would give anything to spend 1 day thin. 6 months later, massive heart attack and stroke. I hate diets. I'm on a crusade. They don't work. They've never worked. And all the medical proof behind it proves that, you know, things like why you shouldn't count calories. While counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep it off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to counter restrict calories gain back more weight than they lost. It's the biggest scam on the planet. Talk about a scam, any of these damn diets. Tell me a diet and I'll show you the scam. It's a scam. 25 to 40% of what they're losing on every one of these damn diets. And they're all gaining all the weight back. As a matter of fact, here's Johns Hopkins Medical School. Study predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working? Now, if you think we're making, like I said, if you think it's not a legitimate question, it's questioning my integrity. I take that very seriously. In my mother's name, we established the New Health Conversation, and we've helped 800,000 people, just like you. But the main thing behind this, it's not a diet, it's a detox. Oh, something else about my credibility. This is a medical syndrome that you and every person on the planet has called TDOS. The T is for toxic chemicals we're storing in our fat cells, driven by the lack of nutrition in our food, even if it's organic, overweight and stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Every person in the world has this syndrome. It was invented and discovered by who? Peter Greenlaw. Oh, that happens to be me. So again, I take huge umbrage with what you were insinuating. I mean, 2 of the women who I coached are on the cover of Women's World magazine, the #1 women's magazine in the world. You can't advertise to get on the cover of the #1 magazine in the world. They wrote a huge story inside about this, about protein pacing, and I didn't invent it. Here's the article. 2 full pages in the #1 women's magazine in the world. The daughter, the nurse, and the blue, she's 57 years old, 54 pounds in 2 months. The mom, who's 81, lost 110 pounds. They both have kept it off for 3.5 years. What, you think you get in this if you're fake, if you're not real? I mean, you can have whatever opinion you want. I'm a scientist. I've spent 23 years of my life working with some of the top researchers in the entire world. This is real. You don't have to believe it. Go count calories, do keto, paleo, whatever you want to do. None of it works. It's all complete and utter nonsense. So, the website Raising Victory is 100% free, and the coaching is 100% free. Raising Victory, it's not my organization. It's a movement, the New Health Conversation. It's totally free to go there. The only thing you would buy, Victory, is food. 30% of what you're going to buy, you'd buy from your grocery store, and 70% from other researchers, not us, that went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. And now, but here's what's so amazing about this, right? So the 30% of the food you use on this protocol, you're buying a month's worth of food, they're not going to give you your money back if it doesn't work. But the other 70%, we don't have anything to do with that. They'll give you 100% of your money back if it doesn't work in the first 30 days. On the website, it says 100% money back guarantee. But I want to clarify, it's only for the 70% of what you would spend. Take your food budget next month, Raising Victory. Only 30% of those dollars to go to the grocery store. The other 70% pays pretty much for those foods that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. All I can tell all of you is we've helped 800,000 people. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. I mean, you've got to understand, when you're published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is one of the top 5 medical journals in the world. And this study on this protocol had nothing to do with weight loss. It's called the Gut Microbiome Remodeling Metabolic Profile Improves in Response to Protein Pacing and Intermittent Fasting. Many of you have heard about the microbiome. Well, this is the definitive book written on it called Your Third Brain. We wrote it over 10 years ago. It's the definitive book on the microbiome. Again, I know a little bit about this. So when people come on and question that we be, hijacking photos, I get really mad. And also, I'm going to brag some more. This is a new book going to every medical doctor in North America called Community Trends and Community Health Models. Well, they chose me to write the chapter on health and weight loss. It's going to they chose me in the whole damn world to write it. So again, I don't take it lightly when people accuse me of not being honest. That's a really bad thing, sets me off crazily, and I'm already crazy. So does that make sense, Raising Victory? Well, Raising Victory, why? This saved everybody on here that's coaching, okay? Why would we charge you for the medical proof? That's crazy. We don't need, it's in the public domain. You can go see it for free. You don't have to us. But the point is, we feel obligated. This saved my life. I was on death's doorstep 23 years ago. My risk of a heart attack was at 85% within 18 months. I was 40 pounds overweight. My cholesterol was 400, triglycerides 300. I went on this, lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, and my cholesterol went from 400 to 120. My triglycerides from 300 to 30, and I just had a physical 2 months ago. My numbers are still normal. That's what got me the idea to start the New Health. I said, we got to tell everybody we know about this. And now, 800,000 people later, Raising Victory, does that give you some confidence that this is something you might want to investigate? And if you go to the website, there's nothing to buy there. We're not going to contact you. We don't need to do that. We rely on medical proof, not on opinions. Lisa, you can go. Yeah, I know. No, of course I'm going to answer your questions. And here's the website. So Lisa and Raising Victory, tell me you can read the website. You go there. There's nothing to buy. We're not going to contact you, etc. And for all the skeptics out there, and there's lots of them, I just feel sorry for you. Because every study, here's another one, the science behind why diets don't work. You're all being lied to. You really are. Here's this study. Our researchers found that despite all the ads that say otherwise, it's very rare for people to lose weight and keep it off. Not only that, 2/3 of people we studied regained more weight than they lost on any diet. A review of more than 30 long-term studies showed that going on a diet actually causes weight gain. What are you all doing? Even my critics, even the people that want to take me on, you can steal somebody's. This is the daughter of a friend of mine, for crying out loud. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. Come on. You think that I would risk my reputation to Photoshop a picture when we're the only ones in the world in published 10, and what we're doing, we didn't invent this, but we're relying on the 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. Nobody else has that in the whole darn world. So who else would like to ask me a question? So Christine, I'm sure I made you mad, but I don't give a damn because this is really serious. This is really, I've spent 23 years of my life to get to this point. Lisa, I did your numbers. Raising Victory, I did your numbers. Maureen, please go to the website and get your life changed. So who else on here would like to, if you'll tell me, are you male or female, I'll tell you what your current weight is. I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. And for the critics, they're going to go on diets, they're going to lose weight and gain it all back. And they're doing nothing to remember, the main reason you're doing this is to detox your body. Do you get that, Raising Victory? Do you get that, Lisa Marine? That's the reason you're losing the weight. What is the program? Cam G, female, Cam EG, let me do her first. DJ DM, a female, 5'5", 150. You're not that far off. At 550, maybe 120. Get ready for this. You're going to lose 4 or 5 pounds in the first 4 days. By mid-January, you're going to easily be about, at 5'5", we want you to be 120, so that's 30 pounds. Oh my gosh. By the first or second week in January, you're going to be 120. I'm not kidding you, DJ DM. That's normal. That's without any exercise at all. So see me. I'm a female, 5'4", 320. Okay. CME GD. Brace yourself, okay? You're going to lose 10 pounds or more in the first 4 days. The first 30 days, like by mid-December, I'm going to see you at about 190. 290. Sorry, 290. By the middle of January, let's see, you're 290. You're going to be about 260. So now 260 to get you down where you should be at 5'4", maximum would be about 120. So that's 140 pounds. So let me do the math for you. So February, March, April, May, June. Okay, easily CMJD by June of next year, you're going to be 130. That's not unusual. You can see here, she'll have 60 pounds in 90 days. I'm going to show you all a picture that will blow your minds. Now, I hope sensors. This is not about body disfigurement. This is the detox, okay? But everybody, take a look at Mary here. You can see that 200 pounds in a year, and she's kept it off. That's not, it's because of the detox. Do you all see that? Seem JD, do you see that picture? It's the same woman. Okay, I'm going to switch this off so I don't get in trouble with the sensors. But this is not a diet. It's a detox. And the reason you saw her shrinking so much is because as you detox the body's pulling the poisons out of your fat cells, and your fat cells, see, you think you gain weight and you're gaining fat. It's a complete lie. You're born with a certain number of fats, the same number of fat cells you die with, and those fat cells can expand or contract over your lifetime. So see me, GD, does that make sense? Do you get it? How excited would you be at those numbers I just shared with you? Teresa, I just started my 3rd week, only lost 5 pounds. I followed strictly and hired a nutritionist. But I'm sorry, Teresa, what are you doing just to fill me in? I'll come back to you as soon as you tell me, Teresa. If you'll tell me your current height and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast. See, nutrition is, your nutritionist, if you hire a nutritionist, it's, sorry to say, it's nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. They probably have some scheme to count calories in, calories out, watch your carbs. Tell me what you're doing and we will really help you. User 894-54220. Now, well, don't you want to know how much don't you want to know how much you're going to lose? Let me do that first. So 54220, you want to be no more than 120, that's 100 pounds. You're going to lose 8 or 10 pounds in 4 days. 30 days from now, you'll be at least about 185. 60 days from now, you should be close to 155. So 155 down to 120, that's 35 more pounds. I would say easily by March, you'll be 120. And then I will explain to you how this works. How does this work, capital S? Does this work for men? Oh my God, perimenopause, menopause. We have people with no thyroids, PCOS, you name it. It's not a diet, it's a detox. And that's what I need to explain to all of you. You got it? I need to explain that to all of you. Is this the only, okay if you have diabetes? Oh, look at the diabetic. Is it okay? Look at this. Look at, he is 65-year-old man, 40 pounds. Look at his A1C. Look at his A1C. Can you see it? From 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. Do you think it's okay for a diabetic? You tell me, CME JD. Do you see the massive drop in A1C in just 30 days? It's not a diet. It doesn't work anything like a diet. So user 894, I promise I'm going to explain it to you in a moment, but let me answer Gerardo Luna. Okay, male 5'8", 225. Gerard, 5'8". We'd want you no more. You should be no more than about, let's say 160. That's going to be 65 pounds. Get ready, Gerardo, because in the first 4 days, you're going to be down 6 or 8 pounds. Within 30 days, you'll be like 195 to 200. You'll be, by Christmas, you'll be under 200, because that's like 6 weeks from now. You'll probably be more in 6 weeks, 30, you're going to be like, yeah, you're going to be well under 200. You're going to be close to 190 by Christmas. I would say then by middle of the second or third week in January, you're going to be like 165. So you're almost at your goal. I would say, honestly, by the 1st of February, you'll be 160. Gerardo, tell me how excited you'd be about that. And by the way, these people like him, they were not allowed to exercise. They wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Gerardo, give me in the chat, or CMAJD, or capital S, any of you, tell me what you think about these. It's not fake. They're not Photoshop. Detox, I'm in, Gerardo. That's what it is. What is this and how to join? Again, Capital, you just go right here. Hold on just a second. Let me put it in the chat. Go to this website, New Health Conversation. When you go there, everyone, I want to caution you, we will not call you. There's no way in heck. We don't do that. Can you also, oh, sorry, I didn't post. Let me put it at the bottom of the chat for everybody. Capital S, I'm posting it now, right now for you. Do you see it right there, the New Health Conversation, capital S? When you go to that website, there's nothing to join. There's nothing, we're not going to contact you. The only thing there is the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. He talks about in the interview how diets are dead, and they are the top experts. They were paid for 40 years to analyze diets. They created this. They never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And this is not a diet, it's a detox. Okay, CMGD and capital S, but also someone else was asking me about, I went over your numbers for you. Oh, user 894. So let's now talk about what they did, okay? I'll go as fast as I can, but everybody be patient. It's going to take me 5 minutes or so. Okay, so first of all, do you all believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic because you are? So we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. They're called toxicants, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retards. And what your brain's doing to protect us from these chemicals, because the immune system can't deal with it, it takes the chemical and stuffs it inside your visceral fat, and those fat cells expand. You don't ever lose or gain fat cells. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and they pretty much remain constant. If you lose them, the body immediately replaces them. But the net number, you're always about the same. But those fat cells can expand or contract. On this, it's a detox. They proved it's pulling the chemical. We'll get into that in a moment. It's pulling these chemicals out of your fat cells, and those fat cells are shrinking, just like she did. Now, again, they're accusing me of a different woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. It's the same woman. It's the same ethnicity. Nothing changed, right? So capital, I'm 5'2", I weigh 133, want to go back to 110. Well, first of all, in a couple weeks, you'll be at 110. That's not, you're going to lose 20 pounds in 3 or 4 weeks. That's normal, capital S, by detoxing. But let me finish, everybody. So capital S, I went over that with you. Let me continue down here. So you can see, everybody can read the New Health Conversation. That's where you go. But let me explain to the did. So the researchers that invented this, they realized that after 40 years of research, they never found a diet where people lost weight, kept it off, period. And they found that the fallacy was that people are counting calories, and the human body can't count a calorie, doesn't know what a calorie is. You've never in your life been hungry for a calorie. So they said there has to be a different way. So they went and looked at these people in these blue zones. Maybe you've heard of it, where a lot of people live to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, no one gets sick, and they do 3 things that became part of this that you would learn how to do. Number one, much smaller amounts of food. They call them serving sizes, but high level, the food they do eat is high in nutrition. And then third thing, they detox every couple months. That's the basis. So first thing you would get on this, if you go to the website, you like what you see, scroll down, you get a free coach. They'll give you a food list. That food list you take to your grocery store. And only 30, whatever you spent last month on total groceries, you're only going to spend 30% at your grocery store, and you're going to have a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables with serving sizes. So if it's protein, how many ounces? If it's a vegetable, is it a third or half a cup? If it's fruit, how much? It's all laid out. You don't have to guess. It's all based on nutritional density. But the amount of food you bought last month, you're only going to buy 30%, even if it's whole food or organic. No more than that. The other 70% of what you would get comes from other researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Again, sensors, there's nothing to buy. There are no products. It's only food. And those researchers found these foods in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that have huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food, which will be important in a minute when I explain to you how the detox works and how they proved that it was a detox. You got it so far? 30% of your food from the grocery store, 70% from these exotic foods around the world, which the researchers have called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, which is the only thing your body cares about. It doesn't give a damn about calories, doesn't even know what a calorie is. Most ridiculous thing we ever did was calories in, calories out. It's total garbage. It doesn't mean a thing to your body. Only thing your body can calculate is how much nutrition you have. So then they put together a new way of eating called protein pacing. Again, you can all look it up, Google it. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, a new way of eating. So 5 days a week, you're all going to have 4 meals a day. You're going to start with the world's most perfect meal. That's your breakfast, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a fourth meal after dinner from the world's most perfect meals. You all got that? Now, this is only until you lose your weight. Then 2 days a week, what they did, no food from the grocery store at all. The only things you consume with these exotic foods from around the world that you can't buy in a grocery store. But they represented huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. And 2 days a week, she was eating 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half or 2 hours, so 12 to 16 hours. So they were able to give her really small amounts of food that had huge amounts of nutrition. Now, why is the nutrition important? Because in order for your own body to detoxify you, it takes tremendous amounts of fuel. For example, let me explain something else to all of you. Last night, when you went to, as long as you didn't eat too late, or tonight if you don't do it, once you go to sleep, your body all but shuts down digestion and automatically turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy. It happens every night. It's when your body gets rid of the dead cells. And you got to get rid of those dead cells. You don't want them hanging around because they can mutate and turn into cancer cells. Very important that you're able to detox every night. That's why eating late at night is so bad for you. You got it? So, what they found was that, number one, the diabetics on this, not only didn't they have insulin spikes, but you saw them with one example where, for example, the diabetics on insulin, the doctors had to cut their meds by 50%. They were over-medicated. Number two, they measured, people's hunger came down 60%. But how do we know it's a detox? How come I'm not just making this up? Here's why. Because, and it's in these published, we've got the medical studies. I'm holding them right here in my hand. Published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, in Frontiers in Nutrition and Nature Communications. It's published, this is only 7 of them. There's 10 journals. This is all published in. It's safe, it's real, it's not a diet. It's based on real food and this new way of eating. So they measured blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis with this and proved that this was what's called mobilizing the toxins, the herbicides, the pesticides, the Scotchgard, Teflon. They could see them coming out of the body. So the detox, no, it's proven medically. By the way, this protocol is the most advanced medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. Notice weight loss is the third thing, because that's like for us, it's the throw-in. It's the medical changes in your body. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all came down dramatically. A lot of the people like on high blood pressure medication had to cut their meds by 50% in a month as well. And then the last thing was inflammation. Inflammation is the underlying cause of every disease out there. Every one of us suffer from it. And they proved that inflammation on this came down 25% a month. No diet has ever touched this. And keep in mind, we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing medical conditions. But what we are doing is sharing with you what's in the medical studies, which we can do legally, even with the FDA, because we're not making a claim. We're reading what they found in the medical studies on this protocol. The reason to do this is not to lose weight. Oh, what about maintenance? I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. Maintenance is simple. You have the world's most perfect meal every morning for breakfast. You have lunch and dinner, only 3 meals a day, and every 2 months, do another 48-hour detox. Now, why do you need to keep detoxing? Because the poisons aren't going on vacation. Did you all see 3 weeks ago, they came out and said 1 cup of Starbucks coffee, you're getting 25,000 microplastics in every cup of coffee. And 3 months ago, they came out and find what? Microplastics in our brain and in our coronary arteries. Go look it up. We don't make up things. That's what I get so upset when people come on and accuse me of like photoshopping pictures or changing pictures. It's just nonsense. And all they're doing is defeating their own future, because otherwise there is no diet ever proven on the planet to lower inflammation or reduce or be able to detox. That's why you're going to lose so much weight so quickly. And she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. When you look at Kristen, who only wanted to lose 30 pounds, look at her stomach on day one. That's the bloating caused by the medical, but by storing the chemicals in the thing. See, again, the sensors. There's nothing about body image, body dysphoria. We're showing them what the body's doing to protect us. A good app, capital S. So Teresa, for 450, don't lose 4 pounds in the 2 weeks. I expect her as promised. Then Teresa, I'd tell you, I'd advise you get your money back. Nothing is 100%. I'm sorry if it's not working for you. You're an anomaly, and the reason they give you 100% of your money back because of that. Who's your coach, by the way? And why did you pay through $450 when the most it is 380? That's the most that anybody pays. Are you sure you're doing the same thing? Who's your coach, Teresa? And I'm not being harsh. I mean, it's just a reality. The reason they give you 100% of your money back, if it doesn't work, I would say those results are, oh, I'm Canadian. Huh. Oh, Canadian dollars. I'm sorry. Yes, you're probably right. Well, again, I would be very disappointed in those results if I were you as well. So again, and your choices are talk to Regina, or like I said, they'll give you all your money back if it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm saying something's wrong. That's not at all in the ballpark of what we have ever seen. Yeah, Teresa, talk to her. And again, you still have 2 more weeks. What I would say is stick it out and see what happens. We definitely have had people that in the first week or two, they didn't lose anything. And then all of a sudden, in week 3 and 4, all of a sudden they dropped 10, 12 pounds. I wouldn't give up quite yet, but you have the assurance that you can get 100% of your money back. Does that make sense, Teresa? Yes. So who else would like to ask me a question? Who else? So Capital just signed up. Who else would like to ask me a question? No, I'm not. We're on your side. We don't. We want it to work for you. Okay. So capital S, I went over your numbers with you. Gerardo, I went over your numbers with you. Capital S, user 894. Does everybody understand how it works now? Does everybody? Oh, Teresa, that's a whole different ball game. So you did Ozempic for how long? Because now I'm very suspicious, Teresa. The reason you're not having the results because your weight loss surgery and Ozempic, absolutely, you lost lean muscle mass, and so you're having a hell of a time to lose weight because some of theirs, DJDM, only but 50%, and the other 50% is, or 30 and 70, about 30% is regular food and 30% are some of the very specific things. But keep in mind, it's the way you're consuming it and the way you would prepare it that's totally different. We really don't do anything that they recommend. They look at it as a grocery store exactly. So a DJDM, are you currently on it? Have you used it? And if you haven't, then you want to go and talk to a coach for free because the coaching is free. I am on it. If anyone's reading this, the program is so easy to follow. It's foolproof. So Teresa's saying that, despite the fact. But Teresa, how long ago? How much did you lose on weight loss surgery and on Ozempic? And currently, if you don't mind, how tall are you? What's your current weight? but now it's making sense to me. The reason you'd have such a struggle is you've lost so much of the weight you lost was lean muscle mass, which slowed down. And my coaching is amazing. I just feel like something wrong with me. Teresa, there's nothing wrong with you, nothing. As a matter of fact, talk to Regina and see if we can set up, I mean, I'm willing to do it. I'll do a one-on-one Zoom with you, but just run it through Regina because I have great respect for my coaches, and she's one of the tops. And obviously, you know her story. I think she told it to you. She needed to gain weight, and she got off of testosterone. I mean, amazing stuff. Yeah, DJ DM. Yeah, I'll bet you are. Huh. Yeah. And DJ DM, you don't have a coach, I'm assuming. You're not doing protein fasting and intermittent nutritional fasting. You're not doing the R2M protocol, am I correct? Yeah, I lost weight loss surgery. I lost 90 pounds and 23, gained it all back. But you haven't recovered your lean muscle mass. That's the challenge that we have right now. You are on R2M, DJDM? Really? Who's your coach? DJDM. I'm sorry, everybody, we're having these wonderful side conversations, but I'm here to help people. So again, DJDM, who is your coach? Oh, great, with Cindy. Well, you know what to do. And I would say I'd get back with Cindy and help you get back on track. Okay? It definitely works if you know the old thing, it works if you work it. It doesn't work if you don't. Yeah. Well, if you want, I'm happy. I take this very seriously, Teresa. I don't know if you know it or not, but I did start the New Health Conversation. It was me 23 years ago, and we've helped 800,000 people. So, well, absolutely. This is my brand. This is my everything. And here's the thing, nothing is 100%, but maybe we need to make some tweaks to what you're doing. But part of it is the fact you've lost so much lean muscle mass. Lawrence, how do you not lose lean muscle mass? Because Lawrence, do you understand how we make muscle in the body? By the way, it's not from resistance training and lifting weights. That's a little part of it. You must have one of the 9 essential amino acids. Just tell me Lawrence, if you know. I don't want to waste your time, but I'll explain it to you why they're gaining lean muscle in this with no exercise. They weren't allowed to exercise, by the way. They were Fitbits because the researchers didn't want weight loss. I mean, sorry. Otherwise, you'd say, hey, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. So again, Lawrence, so do you understand how we make lean muscle? It's called body protein synthesis. It's accomplished by. So go ahead, Lawrence. Please put it in the chat, or I can just explain it to you. So I'll explain it to you, Lawrence. So here's one of the biggest myths out there, and that's about consuming protein. Protein, we have to have protein, but the protein itself, what's not converted into what are called amino acids. See, there's what's called protein absorption, Lawrence, all right? That's when you ingest protein. So like an egg or steak, let's say it's 90%, 95% absorbed, but that doesn't mean a damn thing to your body. What your body has to do is to break the protein down and extract. There are 9 essential amino acids and 11 non-essential that the 9 essential you have to have, you wouldn't even be here. And amino acids are the only way that the body remakes itself, including muscle. But one of the 9 essential amino acids, Lawrence, is called leucine. And that leucine you have to have in order to make lean muscle. But here's the fallacy around protein. So let's say you're doing steak. Well, let's just say a main protein would be animal protein, steak, chicken, liver, fish, etc. So the absorption is like 90%, but the utilization, Lawrence, is only, believe it or not, 30%. The researchers found a source where the protein, the utilization, was 91%. Remember, part of the key to this, Lawrence, is that you're able to consume less food, but with more nutrition. In the case of amino acids, it would be critically important. So she was able to build lean muscle because she's getting 91% of leucine. or she would have had to eat like 3 or 4 pounds of steak to get the equivalent. But here's the part you got to understand. It's not the 30% that's utilized. It's the 70% not utilized, Lawrence, is a toxin that your body has, your kidneys have to get rid of. They're called nitrogen catabolites, things like urea, which you get when you get gout, creatinine and ammonia, and glucose or sugar. So the fallacy about consuming, they'll say, hey, have an ounce of protein for every pound you weigh. Total nonsense. You're so overtaxing your own kidneys by having to get rid of the protein not absorbed is like a walnut shell. So basically your body says, I got to get rid of the shell. You're left with the walnut. But with steak, chicken, liver, fish, you're only getting 30%, 70% is waste. On this, 91% is utilized and only 9% is waste. That's why it's so much healthier. That's how they're building lean muscle with no exercise. So Lawrence, tell me if that makes sense. Give me a yes or a no or something. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. So Teresa, Ozempic. So again, Lawrence, does that make, it does, okay. So Lawrence, that's the difference with this. The whole system is based on giving, well, from the blue zones, Lawrence, that I talked about, the key to life is if you can eat less food by quantity, but more nutrition. All the studies say that's the key to longevity. And even if you think you're doing whole foods or organic food, whether you're in the United States or Canada, where you are, our food around the world is becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient. I'll give you another example that's in this, that's not in your typical food. One of the things we need, Lawrence, to be alive are what are called trace ionic minerals, okay? I'm not talking about iron, calcium, magnesium. I'm talking about things like gold and silver and zinc and beryllium and boron and selenium and molybdenum, right? There are 70 that we need. In the best organic food you can buy anywhere else, you get about 20 out of 70. And so it doesn't matter how much you eat, you're not getting the other 50. They don't exist. They found a source with this that they gave to people that has all 70 trace ionic minerals. Lawrence, what I said, the reason they call it the world's most perfect meal, these nutrients from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, represent 400 nutrients, Lawrence, 400. So you're flooding your body with massive amounts of nutrition in very little amounts of food. You're only 30% of what you're going to eat, you buy at your grocery store. And those are proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, organic, only 30%. But because our food around the world, including in North America, is becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient, this protocol would never work with regular food. Why? Because in order to give enough nutrition, for example, to allow the body to detox, because you need the fuel, you need nutrients to do that, you'd eat so much food you'd never lose weight. So it's a sort of a catch-22. So the reason that the researchers, when they went to the blue zones, it became obvious. That's what these people were doing. They were consuming these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and small quantities of food. That's why this works. That's why no diet you've ever been on, it's all nonsense, it's all hot air. There's no way on hell that counting calories can ever work because they're not taking into account the calorie can't be counted by the human body. The only thing your body can calculate is nutrition. That's why this works so well. Lawrence, you go here to the website, the new health, and what's there, Lawrence, is the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 nutritional research physiologist in the world. He and his team created this. It's called protein pacing. What we're doing, Lawrence, is we're teaching people how to do it. Lawrence, I started the New Health Conversation 23 years ago. I started it. We've now helped, ready for this, Lawrence? 800,000 people in 23 years. 800,000. Utilizing this protocol, which has now been published in the 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, Lawrence. #1, it's safe. #2, it's based on food. And we're teaching you exactly what they did in the medical trials. Lawrence, I don't know about you. How would I? Of course, right. But Lawrence, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you on this how rapidly you can lose weight. And keep in mind, the last reason to do it is the weight loss. It's about maximizing your health. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all came crashing down for everybody in a month. Now, she only needs to lose 30 pounds, but look at the detox. Look at her stomach, Lawrence, how much it shrank. That's the detox. This is a detox first and foremost. It's not a diet. So, Lawrence, if you want to do that and tell me, I'm 5'7". Okay, Lawrence, all right, get ready for this, Lawrence. In the first 4 days, Lawrence, you're going to lose about close to 20 pounds in 4 days. You will easily lose, Lawrence, in a month. I would expect you to be down I'm going to say 40, 50 pounds. So you're going to be like 350 by Christmas, easily, you're going to probably be around 350. By January, I would see you being very close to 300 pounds. Then from there, Lawrence, you're going to average probably about at least, I would say, 10 to 15 pounds a week, which means at 5'7", you should be about 160. So you need to lose about 240 pounds. I'm going to show you one picture that'll give you encouragement, Lawrence. Look at this lady here, Mary, 200 pounds in a year. And look at no loose skin, no surgery of any kind. So Lawrence, we know what we're doing. We could massively help you. But tell me, Lawrence, how excited would you be if, say, in the first 4 days, you're down like 20 pounds? And the first month, you're going to be down close to 50 pounds, 40, 50 pounds. Tell me you'd be excited, Lawrence. And again, Lawrence, you're going to get a free coach and a free consultation. If you go to the website, Lawrence, there's nothing to buy. And Lawrence, you're buying food. 30%, like I went over with you, Lawrence, from your grocery store. By the way, Lawrence, you're going to build lean muscle, even if right now you're challenged to work out. And all we would recommend once you can start doing is start to walk every day. Lawrence, I'm going to see if I can show this to you. This will give you some real encouragement. Let's see if I can find it for you. Where is it? Is it in this book? Well, yeah, I think so. Okay, Lawrence, I'm going to show you this picture. Can you see that, Lawrence? Can you see it? That's day one. He was close to 400 pounds. Okay, Lawrence? The next picture I'm going to show you is 6 months later, Lawrence. 6 months later, he lost 180 pounds in 180 days, Lawrence. This is from one of my best-selling books called The TDOS Solutions. When people say you can fake any picture, we don't fake any pictures. I mean, it's the most unbelievable thing in the world. Now, I'm not saying you're going to lose that much in that period of time, but you might. But I'd rather underpromise and overperform. How does that sound to you, Lawrence? Does that sound like a pretty good formula? I'm just going to see if I have another one in here. There's another guy in here. Let me see if I've got it. I don't. But the point is that you can imagine, if you're able to lose that kind of weight, how motivated you're going to be. By the way, Lawrence, all your cravings are going to go away. But did you see that picture? 180 pounds in 180 days. That means in your case, you'd be down to 220. I'm not going to promise you that. It's going to take you a little bit longer. But Lawrence, that should give you real hope. And you get coached for free. They're going to support you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to show you how to do it. And Lawrence, you're one step away from hitting the do-over button for the rest of your life. Because honestly, Lawrence, otherwise, what are you going to do? What kind of diet would you go on? And let's be honest, on a diet, maybe, look, Lawrence, I don't know if you've seen these guys on TikTok. There's a couple of them that were like 697. And I saw one last week. He went from 497 to 493 in a week. He still weighs 500 pounds. There's no way on earth. Oh, you're back again, you total idiot. Just go take a rest. See, someone's over here claiming that I'm a scammer. It's just, I get all this hate mail. But the problem with someone that's that dumb to say that is that everything I'm sharing with you is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, which is irrefutable medical proof, not some fool telling me that, this person's a scammer. He was on earlier today. He's just totally full of beans. Go soak your head in a bottle of water. An idiot? I'm an idiot and you're a scammer. Yeah, you are an idiot, exactly. Because again, they don't understand that when you have peer-reviewed human trial studies, any medical doctor in the world would accept it. I've written 4 best-selling books, appeared 20 times on PBS. You don't get on PBS 20 times if you're a scammer. I was a keynote speaker at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world. So this fool was on earlier today just harassing me. I'm just going to ignore it. So anyway, before I close, Lawrence, are you clear on what to go? Yes, Lawrence, go to the New Health Conversation, look at the medical proof, and if you like, scroll down and you get a free consultation and a free coach, Lawrence. How cool is that? Only thing you're buying, Lawrence, is food. Take your total food budget last month, only 30% you're going to probably spend less money on food, to be quite honest with you, because your cravings are going to so drastically change Typically in 4 or 5 days, the cravings really change. Lawrence, we're pulling for you. We want you. We have, I can't tell you how many people we have over 350, 400. Like the one, I wish I had that other picture. I don't have it for some reason. Because my biggest success was someone in Denver, 5'11", Lawrence. He weighed 587, and in 20 months, he lost 387 pounds. So he lost as much as you weigh but it took him 20 months, but so what? And he has no loose skin. He went from a 61-inch waist to a 36-inch waist in 20 months, and he's kept it off now for 10 years. Lawrence, you can do this, okay? Daniel's saying, Lawrence, you got this. All right, everybody, I'm going to end this podcast. I will probably come on tomorrow morning again at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I try and do at least 4 of these a day. And I really wish you all a great evening, afternoon, tomorrow. Maria, all of you, thank you all for listening. And